from some of my songs, you would think that like maybe there's a lot wrong with me, but there's really not.
Welcome, Muchmusic. My name is Georgia, and I'm here today with singer-songwriter Benson Boone. How are you doing?
How we doing? I'm feeling really good. I've been on tour now for like a week and a half because I was kind of just getting started.
Amazing.
And it's been really fun. The shows kind of get better every day.
I just want to get into a little bit about you, okay? You describe yourself in your Instagram bio, may I add, as just a happy guy writing sad songs. That's you.
Yeah.
What makes you happy?
A lot of things.
A lot of things.
I think like generally in life, I just kind of enjoy it, you know?
Good.
And from some of my songs, you would think that like maybe there's a lot wrong with me, but there's really not. Well,
So how do you get into that? What do you do to like channel that energy?
that's a really good question. I think I'm a pretty emotional person, and so I think like exaggerating emotions a little bit and
Yeah.
putting them into like putting it into a story
For sure.
is a lot more natural for me.
Yeah.
But like I just released this EP called Pulse, and I think it's like very more upbeat
Yeah.
and like a lot more tempo to it.
How does it feel when you see people in the audience connecting to your music? Like when you're at shows, you're on tour right now.
It's pretty special, honestly. I have this song called In the Stars, and it's a very sad, like very emotional song. And that's usually when a lot of people are crying, and or you can just like kind of see on their face like that they're really feeling it. And so that was always like a very special moment for me
Yeah.
to be able to like witness all of that firsthand, because it is, you know, when I was teasing that song on social media, like all you can see is numbers,
Yep.
you
Yep.
know, and comments.
It's
and
hard
like,
to see how it translates until you're like in person, right?
Yeah. And so it is always very special for me to see what that looks like on people's faces, you know?
And I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna go into that song as well. Like In the Stars has really big traction on TikTok. Have you seen maybe like some trends using that song that made you emotional? Because I know it's really popular, so there must be a lot of people using it.
Yeah, dude, when people post videos of like their dogs that have passed away,
Stop.
oh my gosh.
No, those I can't
No.
handle. Like I can't watch those.
There is no reason I should be laughing right now, but
No,
it is so sad.
I
It
know.
is so terrible.
And they're using your song to that, to videos like that.
know.
Oh.
I'm like,
But you
dude.
know what? That's kind of heartwarming at the same time, no?
Yeah, no, it is. It is a little heartwarming.
For those who don't know, you actually auditioned for American Idol 2021.
2021, yeah.
Okay, you withdrew from the competition. You gained a huge following on TikTok, so you took a risk, and the risk paid off. I feel like a lot of people would hold or be nervous, you know, not to let go of an opportunity like that because it would give them like a start to their career. But you wanted it to be not the reason why, like, you're famous. So tell us a little bit about that. Why was that decision?
Yeah, so I was asked to be on the show, and I agreed, and I'd actually never watched American Idol before. So I was kind of like, okay, cool. Obviously, I'd heard about it.
Yes.
I agreed to be on the show, and this was like right when I started singing. Like I had literally only known I could sing for about a year. Hadn't tried writing anything on my own.
So
just
you're fresh.
very new to it. And went on the show, met a bunch of cool people, did the audition, and I went through, and it was great. And I was having a good time. But then like the more I talked to people, the more everybody was kind of like, yeah, you know, I've been doing this my whole life. Like, this is the moment I've been waiting for, like, all that. And I was like,
You're like, damn.
that is not my story, man.
Okay.
And so I didn't know, like...
I respect that, though. If you
I
didn't
don't
feel
know.
like that was your path in your journey, like that, I feel like that's a pretty ballsy move to just, you know, to say, okay, I'm going to take a risk on my own and do something off of the show because... You know, I watched your audition tape, and Katy Perry
dear.
literally thought you could win the thing. Like,
And it would have been really cool, but it just didn't feel...
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I really knew if I wanted to be there.
no, absolutely.
And so I kind of stepped away so I could start writing my own stuff and see, like, if this is really what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I did, started writing my own music, and it was, like, the best decision I've ever made.
Fast forward, you actually got recognized by the lead singer of Imagine Dragons, Dan Reynolds. He DM'd you. Is that how the whole thing went down?
Yeah, he sent me a DM, and I didn't think it was real at first, because he's like, hey, bro, you have a great voice. I've seen some of your videos. Like, I'd love to write music with you if you're down. And I was like, if I if I'm down.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm down, as if it's a question.
Yeah, so I flew out to Vegas and worked with him for a couple days. No, that was like literally my first time ever writing music. So he taught me a lot in that first week. And also, he's just like abnormally tall, handsome, and buff. Like,
That's like your first. You get like kind of starstruck.
he won.
Yeah.
He he
He won the
sings
lottery.
like songs that are so cool. Like if there was an artist that was gonna sing at the front of the front line in like World War III, it would be Dan Reynolds.
That is such a crazy description. I love that.
He is such a beast, and I like the first time I met him, I was like, dude, what is this?
Well, let's talk your new music. Talk to me about Pulse. This is your new EP, your second.
Second EP, yeah.
Love that. So how is this different now than your first project, your older music?
So my first EP that I ever released was called Walk Me Home. And that one was like very like ballad, sad songs. And this one I wanted to show people like, you know, what I've been working on for the past, you know, year. And I've found the people that I love to work with. I have kind of been experimenting like new things with my voice and new production and like new types of music. And I think Pulse is like more represents the music that I want to be writing and like the songs that I'm really proud of, because I've been getting more into like the upbeat world and a little more tempo and a little more like just a little more variety than what I had before. And so it's been amazing for me to work on this project and to be able to like really dive into what I want to be writing and the kind of music that I want people to know me for.
Yeah, I love that. And just kind of going off of what you said about this being kind of different music that you're now making, and then this is like a beginning of a new era for your music. So if you could title this new era of your music, what would it be called?
That's such a good question. Am I allowed to ask for help on a name?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. If I first of all, it's like I feel like my new era of music is like they're very like Bruno Mars.
Okay.
With a little bit of Neon Trees, with a little bit of Harry Styles, with a little bit of Sam Smith.
Wow.
So how would you put that all into one?
Compress this? Damn, Teddy, help me out here.
How do you combine all their names? Harryonathes.
There it is.
Harryonathes.
Harryonathes, that sounds like a Greek god.
Harryonathes. It does sound like a Greek god.
I love that. Okay, well, what about the title of Pulse? How did that come about?
Okay, this is actually like a really like metaphorical meaning. Pulse is like one of the most basic signs of life. Like if something has a pulse, that is a sign that it is alive. And I think because this is like my new era of music, and this is like the first time I've really gone out and just really tried to experiment and like find what I love. This is like the most basic form, the smallest like symbol of my musical pulse.
Gotcha.
Like this is where it all starts, and this is where the livelihood of my future begins.
That's
and so it's
deep.
Like,
you thought about that.
Yeah,
just like Harryonathes.
Yeah, Harryonathes, man.
You've obviously been on tour. Have you been enjoying it?
I have been enjoying it so much, and being on stage, like, genuinely is like the biggest thrill of my life. Like, it is such a rush of adrenaline. Like last night, I was in Montreal, and they had, I don't even know how to describe these things. Like, at big outdoor festivals, how like when they have the big stage, it's like the things on the outside of the stage, like the bars you can kind of climb up.
Oh, yeah.
That like hold up big speakers and lights. They had those on the side of the stage last night, and like 75% of the way through my set, I could have just said 3/4 of the way. 3/4 of the way through my set, same. I'm singing, and I just kind of have a lot of urges when I'm on stage. Like I have
crazy. Like the adrenaline's just pumping.
I'll do a backflip, or I'll like go for a note that I definitely cannot hit.
Yeah.
And so this time, I literally just climbed up to the top, and I was like a good like 15 feet up, and just jumped off for no reason.
I think you're Harryonathes.
And that's when I became Harryonathes. But no, like I couldn't feel any pain at all until after the show.
Yeah,
when the bottom of my feet were like, man, I step on a nail or something.
Oh, no.
But no, now it's all good.
Like, what's your most memorable moment been so far? It could be like a fan interaction, anything?
Ooh, probably. What show was it? It was DC. It's the first time I've ever cried on stage, and I started talking. I do like an intro to In
Yeah.
the Stars and like introduce why I wrote it and what I wrote it about and like what it means to me, and I've like never. On stage, it's hard to feel very intense, sad emotions
Yeah.
because I am
Because it's so
I'm like
adrenaline pumping.
yeah,
And you're like in
I'm
a
like
good
sitting
mood.
there like shaking a little bit, and so it's really hard to feel like that, like a sadness
Yeah.
emotion, and that was the first time like so genuinely I was trying so hard to talk and I
Yeah.
couldn't get anything out. That was probably the craziest moment of the whole tour. It was like a very special moment with the crowd and I. So yeah.
I like that. What's a place you can't wait to perform?
Honestly, I really can't wait for tonight, Toronto. I'm very excited because this
Yes.
is my first time in Toronto.
Yeah. What are
Yeah.
your first impressions?
What's the thing called
The CN Tower?
The Seaman Tower.
CN.
It is so big. I was looking at it and I was like, geez, I can't even see the top of it because it's in a cloud.
3 to 5 song playlist. What's your favorite sad music?
Okay, wait, can I pull out my
pull
phone?
out your playlist. We
'Kay.
want your music.
Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, first I think Memories by Conan Gray. You ever heard that song?
I actually haven't. No.
It's so good. Where's My Love, the acoustic version. Hold Me While You Wait by Louis Capaldi.
Okay.
For sure.
Louis Capaldi
For
can
sure.
just pull out those
Yeah.
heartstrings real easy.
When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars.
Nice.
That one's pretty great. I think we need one more
Yeah,
good one.
let's do one more. Let's end it off with a bang or with a flood of tears. Do you ever like listen to music just for the sole purpose of crying? Because I know some people do that. I don't think.
Maybe not for like the I don't
Like if you're
like, sit
feeling
there and
emotional
cry.
that day, do you listen to sad music or do you listen to
Yeah.
happy music to make yourself happier? Or
Sad.
Do you, okay.
Yeah. Probably Love in the Dark by Adele. So-
Okay, yo, you got some bangers there.
That would be the playlist.
Love
So,
that. Well, Benson, thank you so much for being here. This has been a blast. Congrats on everything that you're doing. The new EP is amazing, and thanks for stopping by at Much.
Thank you, Georgia. Thank you so much.
Much love, guys.
Much love.